Alright guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. If you're a returning viewer and you have not yet subscribed, please go on and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Smaller channels have a tendency to get swallowed up, so I greatly appreciate it if you hit that notification bell. Alright guys, so we're going to talk about this pack here and why I think it's kind of the best pack that I've ever found. Little backstory, I've been backpacking for over 20 years. I've gone everywhere from, the Appalachian Mountains to the Rocky Mountains, the Cascades, up in Canadian borders, all over the place, pretty much all over, most of the United States. I've gone backpacking. And so this pack, I think, is the end-all, be-all, at least for me. May not be for you, but I would dare say it gives pretty much every pack out there a run for their money, comfort and weight-wise, including some of the recreational ultralight backpacks. I still think this gives it a run for its money, not mainly because of the weight, but just because of what you're getting for the weight of this pack. So before we do a tabletop on it real quick, this is the Ute Light from Hill People Gear. They are in Grand Junction, Colorado. I've had this pack for about 2 years now, roughly. Ever since it came out, I've taken this thing up on top of 12,000 foot mountains, all the way out down in the desert, high humidity, snow, rain. It has definitely been through the ringer, and it still looks almost like brand new, which is, this thing's really resilient, and just the carry system on it is phenomenal. And it's a very multi-purpose pack. I would dare say you could use it as a bug out bag. It may not be 100% ideal for that, but for me, I use it for just recreational backwoods camping, backpacking, a little bit of bushcraft. So we'll just kind of dive into it real quick. So one of the main things I really love about this backpack is just the harness system. I think that's the biggest selling point. So if you guys have never seen a Hill People Gear harness system, basically they use kind of a free-floating model system. This has 2 aluminum stays for support. The harness system for this is what really sells it for me. Realistically, as you can see here, it has these 2 aluminum stays, 1 on each side, and that is what your main support is, but it's free floating, which means your back really is not supposed to touch this backpack the way the harness system is made out. I'll put a little picture in here so you guys can kind of really see what's going on. And then you have a really wide, generous lumbar support padding, as well as a hip belt. Now, look at how thick this hip belt is. Compare that to something like an Osprey or a Kelty, even a rest in peace Mystery Ranch. The kit that this comes with is not cheap. You're probably all in, I'd say, oh Lord, $400 for this whole thing. Now, their main packs are made out of 1,000 D Cordura. This is 500, so it's a lot lighter on this. The normal Utes are around 6 pounds. This is probably, so you're really cutting down on your weight. This feels, there's not a whole lot of padding on the yoke system, but it's so wide and most of the weight is on the hip belt and dispersed. You really don't feel this. What I really like about this is for a firearm perspective, if you need to draw either a handgun or you're hunting and want to use it as a hunting pack or a rifle, the way that yoke system is, it does not interfere with your draw. Even like Eberly Stocks packs, I love those. And those are made for shooters, but still, I think this has it beat hands down. Absolutely, just absolutely wonderful. Okay, so the next thing about this pack that I love is it's not overly tactical. On the trail, if you want to be low key and not draw a lot of attention to yourself, it's not overly tactical. The only MOLLE webbing on this pack is the hip belt, which is great because it gives you the option to add stuff. I use dual canteen little pockets that I put on there. Usually I end up using one for my water, and then the other one, honestly, I end up just sticking my phone or something in there and using it as a little accessory pouch. I had the chest rig for it, but that's a different video. Moving on to the side of this pack, it was really thought out. The Hill brothers, they live in Colorado. They live in the Rockies. That's where I live part-time, ended up full-time now almost. But it's really designed in purpose with this terrain. It's named the Ute, after the Paiute and the Ute Indians in Colorado, Utah area, which is kind of cool. But, they have their stays on here. These are your loops for your trekking poles. You could put, if you wanted to, you could put an ice pick in there. You could probably slide an axe in there. I don't slide any kind of tools on there, just the trekking poles. And then you have this webbing to attach some other stuff. I'll add a picture here and kind of how I carry it when I go backpacking. This is my setup for it that you're looking at right now. You know, it's just a phenomenal pack, guys. They're not paying me to say anything about this. I just love this pack. So behind here, you have a full pass-through with a bottom in it. So this is basically one big stuff pouch. This isn't like a complete pass-through. It's just a big, deep pocket. You can put tools in there. You know, I would put maybe like a little .22 rifle or something, super lightweight in there. You know, I wouldn't do anything too heavy. And then this pocket, you can have a strap here to, you know, help secure this, and kind of you can draw it up to where it, you know, keeps it tight on there. And then also on here, you have, I got pillows in here, just stuff so you can see it. But there's a little mesh pocket divider, but this is essentially just one big tube, okay? Buckles are really good. You can, you know, high quality buckles. And then moving on to the top, I really like the top on this. You do have straps to put some gear up there. I usually put a tent or a sleeping pad, and then just one big pocket all the way through here, so it's completely open on the inside. Just a super deep pocket through there. And then also you have a little stash pocket on top on your lid that unzips here. You know, the only thing I don't like about it is you have to, you know, kind of dig through here to unzip to get stuff in there. No big deal, you know, really with that. The other thing, probably the only other complaint I do have is I would like to see some kind of, at least some loops or straps down here so I could attach something on the bottom. There is no attachment points, which is, I mean, it's not an end of the world killer. Some people, you know, kind of get annoyed with it. I would like to have that. You do have some little loops here that you can, you know, I guess you could attach something on. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. Down there, you do have little eye grommets for drainage and stuff like that. And then you also have pockets in here. These pockets are really wide. You could probably put maybe a really small rifle if you wanted to, like a 10-22 or something, you know, inside these pockets. So another thing, I have the big brother to this pack, which is the Kuya. I don't have the ultralight. I just have the regular Kuya, and I think the camo or the pattern they call is elk for that one. On that belt, these come off really easy, your hip belt, so you can just pop this up and then pull this down, and this comes off. The other one on my Kuya I have set up with a holster and some pockets and stuff. The Kuya is like over 100 liters. It's what I would consider like an expedition pack. So when I get to where I'm going, I can take this off and use it just as a, you know, utility belt, just kind of a belt for walking around outside camp. And if I really want to, I could attach a weapon on it, or spare ammo or knife or whatever. Which is really nice just to have a little belt overall. But this is perfect for me. I feel like is the sweet spot on what I need for backpacking for at least like a 3-4 day trip. You know, I don't really like to pack less than 65 liters for a 4-day trip. I don't like to pack over it. I think this is really, really the sweet spot. The larger Big Brother Kuya, you know, I could pack that thing out for probably a week or two if I really wanted to. Mostly the only thing with it changes is the ability to get more food. But all in all, you do have, one more thing, you do have some little attachment bungees here where you can attach like a GPS, stuff like that. So overall, I think this is probably the best pack I've ever had. I don't think I'll ever change from this pack, really, guys. Just because it's just so utilitarian, so durable for the weight. Yeah, it's not the lightest, but it's still lighter than you know, some of the cheaper Kelties that I have for lighter weight Kelties that I have for people that I want to, you know, take them backpacking to, you know, like loaning gear basically, because I take a lot of people backpacking. But so overall, weight wise, you cannot beat it. This is probably the best pack you're going to get for the money. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's going to last you for you know, a long, long time if you take care of it. Like I said, it's thicker. It's still, I think, don't quote me, but I think this on the bottom is still like the 1000. It's a little bit thicker down here, you know, obviously, because you're going to be setting this on rocks and logs and stuff, dismounting your pack and, you know, just setting it in there. But overall, great pack, great system, wonderful padding. You can't go wrong. So, all right, guys, so I hope you liked the video. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe for more content. We will see you on the next video. Be safe out there. Enjoy the great outdoors. Leave it better the way you found it. See you on the next video.